What's happening, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back to Junkdrummer TV, where I give my analysis, my hot takes, and my initial reactions to the drummers of today and yesterday, and maybe tomorrow if I stick around that long. I am a gigging musician and a professional drum teacher, and I have been those things for the last 20 years. On today's episode, we're going to be watching Brann Dailor from Mastodon play Blood and Thunder from the Leviathan record, I think. I just got into Mastodon. I joined a metal band for the first time like 3 years ago. I waited till I was 39 years old to finally get into a metal band. I've played in just about every other kind of playing situation, and the chance to get into a metal band never really came up, and when it did, I jumped on it because I knew that, you know, I hadn't done it yet and I wanted a new challenge. And to get into that new challenge, I started listening to some more modern metal bands because I'd been out of the scene for a long time. If you've watched my other videos, you know that when I was younger, I listened to Metallica and Megadeth and Pantera, of course. I've said it before, Pantera is my favorite metal band, but I wanted to get into newer bands and hear the newer styles of drumming. Now, I know you Mastodon fans out there, they're not a new band. They've been around for a while. I think they've been around since at least 2004, maybe even before that. But they were the first of my new experience of metal for me to really be like, whoa, this band rules. They're from the South, man. They're from Atlanta, Georgia. That's the reason, one of the reasons that they stand out, I think, from the newer metal. And when you hear me say newer metal, I'm talking about 2000 and on, because 2000 and before, I know a lot. So this stuff a lot is new to me. High on Fire is another band I've been listening to a lot, but Brann Dailor has really caught my ear lately. So let's get into it. You know, already had given himself that hi-hat to get into that tempo. Starting right out the box. Big 30-second note drum fills. You're almost like heavy metal Keith Moon. Or High on Fire, too. That guy has just crazy over-the-top drum fills like this. So, obviously in the chorus here, breaking it back down to 2 and 4. In that verse, you know, he's playing on the quarter note. If you watch my other videos before, I always call that the Motown groove, and you're playing 1, 2, 3, 4 on the snare. Right back to it right there. Add some double bass. You know, this guy's a big hitter. I think this is a good spot to examine here. You know, he's in a metal band. He's in Mastodon. They're loud. But you see that he's only playing as loud as to get the attitude and the feel of the song. This is something I had to adjust myself to when I was playing in the metal band. First started doing that, playing live. And, you know, we play clubs with nice PAs. But I was overplaying. I was playing too loud. Drums can only get so loud. He's playing large. He's playing powerfully, but he's not overdoing it. He's doing this big thing, let the microphones do their work. That's something that even as a 39-year-old player that had played 1,000 gigs, I had to remind myself, like, damn, Steve, you're playing awfully loud and you're playing too hard. And I was starting to get pain in places I'd never got pain before. And then I watched a video and I was like, oh, dumbass, you're overplaying. Let the microphones do their work. This is a great example of that. Man, he's just playing. He's easy breezy, even though he's playing big. Nice accents on those 30-second note drum fills right there. Sometimes when we play 30-second note fills, we kind of just, and we forget that we can, you know, put accents and make that secondary level of rhythm happen. He's doing it a lot here. Like that. This is a great release from that verse because he's playing, you know, on the quarter note. And when you get to that chorus and you bring it back down to 2 and 4, it's a nice release and it makes it feel heavier. Big unisons. Okay, I'd have to count this out, but my first guess is this is in 4/4, but he's doing a concept that I call, and I'm not sure if it's an official name for anything, but I call it perceived odd time. He's not giving you that 2 and 4. The ear, the American ear is just trained to hear, and anytime you mess with that, you're messing with the perceptions of the listener. I'm pretty sure this is in 4/4, but if you notice, he's playing everything but 2 and 4 and giving it a perception of an odd time. Okay, that might be an odd time there. Yeah, see right here where he's not giving you that 2 and 4. Yeah. Right there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. He's doing everything but the 2 and 4. He's not letting that listener have that big comfy couch of the 2 and 4, and it gives that feel of that a real frenetic feel. Yeah, just mimicking that guitar riff perfectly. Right there. Big triplet feel. Right there. And then when you come back into that chorus and you give that 2 and 4 again, the listener has like a, oh, yes, it's back. Kind of messed with them up until then. It's kind of like, it's kind of like light, like Danny Carey light. And then back to playing that snare drum on the quarter note. Man, this band, I love this band. It's great music to go to the gym and listen to. I know I don't look like I go to the gym, but I do. And this is who I listen to a lot. Brann Dailor, Mastodon, Blood and Thunder. Man, the big thing that I think you can get from that, all you big heavy hitters out there, you big heavy players, when you're playing in a club, they're playing in a theater. Don't overdo it. Don't do more work than you need to. Let the microphones and the PA do their work. Like if you go see a band, they're playing, the extreme version of this. If you see them, playing in a stadium or a civic center or something like that, the drummer is playing as hard as he or she needs to get to the attitude and the feel of that, but they're not doing more work than they need to because they know that if the PA was turned off and there was 15,000 people there, you couldn't hear the drums anyway. So that's a big one. I love the bridge of this tune where he was doing everything he can, or everything that he could to mask the 4/4. I think there was a section in there that may have been a 7, maybe a 7/4, but even then he was not giving you that 2 and 4. And then when they came out of that bridge or guitar solo section and you went into the chorus and he came back to that big 2 and 4, it was again just this another release, and it's another trick you can use compositionally when you're writing. So if you all enjoyed all that, man, please feel free to like, comment, and share. Please give me a double tap on the subscription and the notification bell, and remember, keep practicing until it's easy.